Nurse Kima.
I'm coming. Let me get my little self situated.
As the chat builds, everybody tap the screen as you come in. Y'all share the live as you come in because this live is going to be super impactful. It's going to be super impactful, full of information. Oh, Lord. I wanted to get comfortable. For this live because we're going to be talking about some things that may be a little uncomfortable for people on their GLP-1 journeys. And we want to touch base on a couple of things that I think people think about, but we don't normally talk about. So share the live out, y'all, because it's going to be super impactful. Tap the screen as you come in. Get comfortable, get cozy. Y'all get ready to engage. Because we're going to be talking about some pretty impactful things. Just like some, let's see. And I'm going to say hello to people as they come in. We're going to give the opportunity to build first. Charlotte, I am going through, I feel like Charlotte asked, are you feeling okay? So I'm not feeling my best, which is why I haven't been on. Oh, Kima, you look so pretty, friend.
Friend, thank you.
You look so pretty.
Oh,
I am, as y'all know, Kima is recovering from surgery. So she just had surgery. So she's going to be doing a post-op surgery live tomorrow. So if you guys are contemplating having surgery, it's some important things that she is going to be discussing in her live. You don't want to miss it. It's some things from the clinical aspect of post-op care. She's going to be talking to y'all about that. One is going to be super impactful. So set your clocks for what time, Kima?
10 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be in that live moderating to make sure engagement is going right and all of the things. But I don't know, y'all. I have like a little, I feel like I'm coming down with like the congestion and cold, it's that season. So, because I work under the umbrella of outpatient medicine and emergency room medicine, I get exposed to a lot sooner. So I'm just, I'm trying to keep my little symptoms under bay. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say hello to the people who are in the chat, Kima. Tonight, y'all, just so that you guys know, we're talking about GLP-1 unspoken topics. So this is going to be a very impactful live. We're going to be talking about things that people think but don't say. Okay, so let me say our hellos. Miss Selena Merritt is in the chat. Felicia Iodine is in the chat. Rennie, Charlotte is in the chat. Shay Jordan, April, Postmaster _ Andrea. Hey, Miss Elizabeth. Monica is in the chat. Robin Hall. I am Amaya. Oh God. I am Aisha Fali. I hope I said that right. Lisa is in the chat. Heather, Patricia, Frankie, Elaine, Stephanie, Law Love is here. Kim, Rose Parks is here. Boo is here. NJKBS1, Erica, Red, Cynthia, Tracy, T-shirt Lady, JD, Jesse, Cherry, Larry, Beverly Simpson, Charlene, Mumu is in the chat. The Life Architect, Stacy, Just Cam, Miss Blind Diva, Adam, Shell, Kelly, Evan, Leslie, Trey, Trisha, Miss KB, Mimi, Donna, Miss Hamilton, and Delilah is in the chat. You guys tap the screen as y'all come in. Share the live. If I dropped your name in the chat, go ahead and give us some pink and purple hearts. Pink and purple. We're going to do pink and purple hearts. Drop some pink and purple hearts if I called out your name. If I didn't call out your name, it's because I didn't see you. Sanji, I see you, friend. Felicia Clay. Lovely 68. Crispy, I see you, my love. Monica Low. Miss BW86 is here. Janet. PJ33. And I'm only seeing some of you because you guys are engaging in the chat. So the more you engage, the more I can see who is in here, you guys. A pink and purple heart. Thank you. Hey, Toya, welcome in. Ann Bradley, welcome in. Maria, Katrina, I see you, love. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you for the 101 people who are in the chat. If you're not yet following myself or Ask Nurse Kima, click our pictures as you see at the bottom of the screens or wherever you can see them. Make sure you are following both of us in the chat. Turn your notification bells on for both lives. As you guys know, we both are AMBO partners. So if you are someone who is wanting to start your GLP-1 journey, make sure that you check the link in both of our bios. We both have link trees in the bio, and the AMBO links are always available there. Okay? Thank you for the pink and purple hearts.
Hey, y'all.
Go ahead, Nurse Kima.
I was
You
saying,
want
good
to say something
afternoon.
before we get started with the topics?
Honey, I'm looking at the time tomorrow. Good afternoon. I thought it was Monday when I woke up, and now I can't keep up with the time. Like, I need sunshine. I need to get some sunshine. So let me just say hey to everyone that's in the chat. Thank you all for joining in. Like Keisha said, make sure to tune in to the live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If for some reason you missed the live, it will be uploaded on my YouTube page at Ask Nurse Kima 2.0. Okay? But welcome everybody, and we can get started, sis.
Okay.
Where's my water?
So, we're gonna be talking about, y'all share the live out if y'all don't mind. Drop us some hashtag FYPs in the chat if you don't mind, so the live can get pushed out. Also, thank y'all so much for continuing to tap the screen as y'all listen in. We're already up to 3.3K likes, and we just got in the live. Hey, Bella Ann. Hey, Jenny on the block. I see you, friend. Jen Torres, welcome in, baby doll. Morta, is it Matorma? Welcome in, friend. Thank you guys so much. I see the FYPs. I appreciate y'all. Skillers 872, I see you, friend. So tonight, you guys, again, hey Nurse Rock, I didn't see you, girl. I see you now. It's Tina, welcome in. We're gonna be talking about unspoken GLP-1 topics. That's what the live is about tonight. So again, we're going to be talking about things that we think but we don't say. So we're going to start out the live talking about digestion and bathroom regularities, the constipation of it all, the diarrhea of it all, the sulfur burping. We're going to be talking about that. So every topic that we talk about, we're going to be solution driven on the topics. And we're gonna talk about what we're all doing, y'all. This is a discussion. So we're reading the chat, and although we cannot pin comments, I'm definitely gonna be reading comments that are in the chat. So, is there anybody? Let me raise my hand that deals with constipation while on your GLP-1? Definitely, I deal with constipation. As you all know, go ahead, Kima. Explain to them why we get constipated while we're on GLP-1s, friend.
So GLP-1s with the GIP dual agonist slows down our GI tract, slow gut emptying, so that we stay full longer. And when we stay full longer, it takes a while for our food to, of course, to pass through our digestive tract. And then you think about not only just your regular diet, but think about foods that normally take a long time to process in general, even if you're not on a GLP-1, i.e. me and my steak situation, and I definitely, have suffered with some constipation because there are certain times of the year that I know I'm going to be eating a lot of beef. And I've had to just be real with myself and try to prep beforehand with medication because I already knew what my mind was set of what I'm going to get into. But that is why we have constipation. It's an expected side effect, but what we have to do is combat that with lifestyle changes prior to, like pre-game. And when Keisha talks about getting your pre-game cart together, getting your Kiala together, your super greens to be amazing, and taking things like that prior to, so that you don't have constipation maybe as often. Like I can say being on this journey almost 3 years, I can count the times on one hand that I've had constipation. But I also know I had it too. It wasn't a out the blue type of thing. It was based on what I was eating.
Mhm. So Charlotte says that she has that. Xtina says that she does. Tracy raised her hand as well. Y'all, crispy underscore aka Robin says the Belly Bomb is legit. She's talking about Belly Bomb by Plume. Kima and I both have discount codes for Plume, you guys. So if that is something that you're interested in, we both have links in our bios for Plume, the Belly Bomb. The Belly Bomb has ox bile. It has a digestive enzyme in it. It definitely helps you settle your belly. Now, there's also a product by Plume that's called Deuce on the Loose, y'all. The Deuce on the Loose is a stool softener. That one is not an aggressive stool softener, but it's one that you can take every single day, and you will have a bowel movement on that. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to the chat to see if anyone, y'all, because I want to make sure that this is a conversation. Someone is saying,
I see Bella Detox. Did you see Janet with the Bella Detox?
Bella
Janet
Detox.
says constantly she uses the Bella Detox often.
Mhm.
Pineapple. I have that too.
Let's see who else. User with a lot of numbers says I take Zoltan since my gastric bypass. Friend, educate us in the chat. What is Zol? Oh, she says Zofran. So Zofran is for nausea. Zofran helps with nausea, friend. It's not going to necessarily help you have a bowel movement, but it will settle your stomach for sure. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Rocio. Thank you guys for coming into the live. So just piggybacking on what Kima was saying, as far as the constipation and your GLP-1 slowing down your gastric, your digestive tract, which makes you have constipation. Sometimes you will always experience a lot of gas. You'll experience some bloating. Y'all, the sulfur burps are the freaking worst. I just experienced that not too long ago, that sulfur burping. For those of you who don't know what sulfur burps are burps that are very embarrassing. They smell exactly like how they call it, like sulfur. It smells like rotten eggs. And there are certain things that you can do to prevent that. So to prevent sulfur burping, since we already talked about what you can do, we'll go a little bit in depth about the constipation. But when it comes to sulfur burping, you want to make sure that you are taking you some pre and probiotic. Sulfur burping can and you also want to take you a PPI. That's a proton pump inhibitor, something like a Zantac, Pepcid, Prilosec, something like that. That's going to I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm okay. I'm coming out with like some congestion or and stuff like that, but I'm okay. I got a lot of energy, which is why I came on live. So you want to make sure you're doing your PPI to decrease the gastric secretion. Thank you, Amanda. And you want to make sure you're doing your pre and probiotics. Now, when you take a pre and a probiotic, your pre and probiotic is specifically to help you with gut health. Okay. When you are delaying your gastric emptying using GLP-1 medications, food is going to sit on your stomach a lot longer. It's going to break down and it's going to sit there, and bacteria will grow. Like it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to explain it, Lo, what PPIs are. So you want to take pre and probiotic so that you can make sure that you are introducing good bacteria, which will offset the bad bacteria, and there will be a balance. So the PPI, proton pump inhibitor, which is Prilosec, Prevacid, Zantac, there's a lot of them. Protonics, I don't know that Pepcid. Oh, Pepcid. Yes, Pepcid. You want to take stuff like that. You can do like Tums. Tums is more for gastric to decrease your gastric acidity. But you want to do something like that because you want to make sure the acidity of your stomach is balanced, because when it gets really acidic and the bacteria is there, the sulfur burping is going to start. And when you start with sulfur burping, like the very first time you have a sulfur burp and you get that nasty sour taste in your mouth, because not only can you smell it, some people can taste it. I can taste it. Start treating right away, right away. Okay. Let's see. Oh, y'all. Oh, this is a good one. Miss NYC says alkaline water. Y'all, she is freaking right. And you know what, friend? You just see, this is why I always say I'm never the only person educating. Every time I am on live, there is always somebody in the chat. That's why you gotta read the chat, y'all, and pay attention to the chat. There's always somebody in the chat that's gonna drop a bomb like alkaline water to prevent sulfur burping. Chef's kiss, friend. Chef's kiss. I've never done that, but I will moving forward. And Amanda is telling us Nexium and Acifex is another PPI. 1,000%. 1,000%. Hey, Queen Mama, welcome in. Hey, Jay, welcome in. Go ahead, Kendra. Go ahead, Kima. Hey, Kendra. Did you want to say something, friend?
I was over here trying to get this water in. I had a little coughing spell.
Okay, I thought so. I saw you with your pillow. Welcome in, my love. Welcome in. So, one of the things that can happen, you guys, in relation to you having constipation, some people will have diarrhea. Hey, Kathy, I'm sorry. I always say when you have diarrhea, you guys, first of all, diarrhea, sometimes your body will present diarrhea because it's trying to get rid of something. So if you are having a diarrheal episode, if it is like a spontaneous one and done type situation, or maybe two and done situation, sometimes your body is trying to get rid of something that is trying to hurt you. So I never tell my patients, like right out, like in my nursing practice, to start treating with Imodium, like, just because you feel like it's an inconvenience for you. Sometimes, well, first of all, diarrhea is always an inconvenience, but we have to get accustomed to, like, if your body is having a diarrheal episode, sometimes it's doing that because it's in response to something that's trying to hurt you. So let it run its course. However, if you start developing like weakness secondary to your diarrhea, if you just Tasha Shop says our bodies are so amazing. They are, it is. And you have to respect your body, especially when it's trying to help you. And some of us don't know how to recognize when our bodies are trying to help us and when it is like a ailment, right? So if you're having a diarrhea episode, let your episode take its course, because it's probably trying to get rid of some type of bacteria that's trying to take you out, friend. So, but if you feel like it is getting where you're getting dizziness, you're getting weakness, you're getting muscle cramping, okay, that's a little bit too much. And always, 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 always remember, if you are having a diarrhea episode, whether it's a one and done or not, replace your electrolytes, because 9 times out of 10, if you're having a diarrheal episode, not only are you cleaning your colon, like it's cleaning your colon, it's pulling water from your body. So it can dehydrate you, but it will also pull your electrolytes. So anytime you have any loose stools, make sure you are implementing electrolytes. Can you take Miralax more than once a day? Yes. I've seen doctors order it in the morning and at bedtime. Kima, feel free to interrupt when you want to, baby, because girl, I'll be talking my head off. Let's see.
I was trying to keep the background noise down over here because my husband is being quite entertaining.
Oh Lord.
Yes, him in that red cup. Okay.
Jay, you're absolutely right, friend. He says stay hydrated. 1,000%, friend. So when you're experiencing constipation, when you're especially experiencing um diarrhea and sulfur burping, y'all, you can develop what is called bathroom anxiety. You can develop what is called bathroom anxiety. This is something that can affect your social lives, and it can affect you at work, because our bodies don't care where the hell we at. When it's time to get stuff done, it's time to get stuff done. So one thing I would say is, when you're on your GLP-1 journey, always keep you like a little bag, like a little pouch or a backpack or something, so that you have your supplies in. And I'm gonna tell a funny little quick story about one time I was so sick. I didn't even give a damn, y'all. I didn't give a damn. I didn't give two. Shh. You hear me? Y'all, I had went to my very first TikTok official trip, right? And I started sulfur burping at the hotel, waiting on the car to come pick us up to bring us. Long story short, I took some Tums, because I mean, I didn't know my body was going to do what it did, but I just took some Tums because I didn't want to burp in public, because I knew it was foul. Like, if you've ever had a sulfur burp, you know, and listen, put what in the check?
Okay. The vomit face. What is something? The vomit emoji. Let me see if I can find it. That one. Let's see if we can find. Cause that's it. That one.
So I did not want to burp in public. So I was trying to decrease my acidity in my stomach, so that, I wouldn't be embarrassed. Y'all, it was so, my sulfur burst was so bad. Jay, I'm not even kidding. My sulfur burst was so bad, friend. Every time I would want to burp, I would have to hold it in and like walk over into a corner, because it's almost like, honestly, passing gas, but through your mouth. Like, I know it's graphic, but y'all, tonight's topic is unspoken topics on GLP-1. So get real comfortable. We're nurses. Listen, I ain't I can talk about anything. I'm a nurse. I done seen it all. Listen, I done had the word. Listen, there's no shame. Okay. So anyway, y'all, my sulfur burping got so bad right when it was time for us to go around and meet. Like, this was a networking event where they had tables set up where you go and meet with companies you want to work with. Soon as they opened the doors for us to go into the room where all the vendors were, why I vomited in my mouth. Y'all, I had to run to the bathroom. And when I tell y'all, I was like embarrassed, but relieved at the same goddamn time. Like, it was to the point where, y'all, it was so foul. They had, the security guards was spraying air freshener in the hallway outside the bathroom. So I have been completely, listen, and then I was so relieved after, because my stomach was just so upset. But after I did that, I was so relieved. Like, I didn't even give a damn. My husband was like, I'm finna clean you up. And this one, you got to ride or die with you. This one, you got that one. My husband was like, I'm finna, because I was so embarrassed in the bathroom. I was like, just take me back to the hotel. Like, I can't do this. My husband was in the bathroom and he was like, oh, we didn't come all of this way for this to stop you. We finna clean up. And like I told y'all, I keep like a little bag with me. So I cleaned up. My husband cleaned off my clothes, because I even had like a little stuff on my clothes. He cleaned off my clothes. I took my little toothbrush, my little mouthwash, cleaned up my mouthwash, put my little body spray on, wet my hair, because my hair, my hair wasn't down at the time, it was back, but I was vomiting so much, like some of my hair had fell forward. We slicked that hair back, baby, and I went and I got all the connects. that I needed to get at that time. So I said all of that to say, when you're on your GLP-1 journey, if you know the side effects of your GLP-1 journey and you know how to treat them, be prepared, because you never know where you're going to be when this stuff happens to you, and you don't want your medicine to get the best of you. You want to be in control of whatever situation it is, good or bad, good or bad. So don't let constipation or diarrheal episodes make you have bathroom anxiety. Take the stuff that you need to take with you. Have it on you at all times, because we never know when we're going to have those episodes. Just be prepared to treat yourself and bounce back. Okay? You control it. Don't let it control you. Okay, for the 116 people who are in the chat, thank you guys for being in this live. You guys, this live is going to be super impactful. If you guys are not following myself or Ask Nurse Kima, make sure you guys click on both pictures. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you put your notification bells on. Jay says, I feel like some people don't know how frequently they should be going. How regular is regular? Kima, you want to speak to that?
That's a good question, Jay, statement. Because my regular is it once a day. That's regular to me. But I've had patients that say if they can go just 3 times a week, that's regular to them. So I do think regular for each person may be different based on their intake, because we don't all eat the same. We don't all drink the same. Our digestive systems do not all function in the same quote unquote manner based on our lifestyle. But I feel like my regular again is one time a day, and not even just one time. First thing in the morning, time of day is what I believe is quote unquote my regular. But those are just my thoughts. I know we teach that in nursing that you should have a BM 30 to 45 minutes maybe after a meal, but that doesn't happen with me. As a matter of fact, it's never, to my knowledge, ever happened where I'm going 30 to 45 minutes after meal consumption, no matter what I eat and or drink, But again, I would think that might be subjective to the person.
Lo says, I think once or twice a day is regular, at least once. I know for myself, I desire to go once a day. And the reason being is because I know what GLP-1, first of all, I have had bad constipation on GLP-1s, where it was very painful for me to resolve it. I'm okay, baby. I'm okay. I really am okay. So based off of that experience, I desire to go. Now, being on your GLP-1s, you have to actively practice, or you have to actively treat constipation before it even gets there, because you have delayed gastric emptying. So we talk a lot about stool softeners, knowing the difference between stool softeners, knowing which ones to take at which times. For a lot of us, because we have constipation, the one I would think that we all should be taking is the ones that are the osmotic stool softeners, like your Miralax, your Magox 7, because those ones are going to, first of all, your colon's role is to pull water from your body to soften up stool so that you can have a complete evacuation. Now, it delays gastric emptying. Sometimes that's going to be a problem. So if you can help your body help itself by implementing an osmotic stool softener, then you have something that's working for you, helping your body pull water from the rest of your body to the colon so that you don't have constipation. Because I promise you, you do not want to experience constipation where you're trying to do all kind of tricks to pass stool. It's very painful, y'all. So just make sure that you are actively treating yourself by meeting your water goals every day, increasing your fiber every day, making sure that you're doing pre and pro and postbiotic every day, and moving your bodies, because moving your bodies will stimulate bowel movements as well. Does Miralax give your stomach cramps? No, it should be gentle. Miralax should be gentle. Can we take Miralax a few times a day? You can take it. The most I've seen a clinician write for it is twice a day. If there are any NPs or clinicians in the chat, enlighten us. But I've only seen it written twice a day. I just started the magnesium complex, which is great because that's definitely going to help. What do you think about that? I mix it with my stool softener. I think that's a great practice. I think it's a wonderful practice. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else have any other comments about going to the bathroom and stool? Y'all, we're talking about, for those of you who are just coming in, tonight's topic is about unspoken things that happens in the GLP-1 community, unspoken topics that we don't talk about, that we think about, but we don't really so much talk about. The stool softener I would recommend is Bella Detox. I love Bella Detox because it is vegan, it's non-GMO. You can take it every day. All it is just a bunch of fiber, I also like Miralax Magox 7 for patients. Kima, you have any suggestions? Lo says, what's magnesium complex? Okay, so my friend that dropped about the magnesium complex, can you enlighten us in the chat? She says, I have Miralax, and does Miralax help with bloating, not only constipation? Y'all drop in the chat what you guys are taking for your constipation. Let's be interactive tonight so that we can help one another. Hey, minding my business. So I do Bella Detox, and I rub my belly with castor oil, and I put my heating pad over my stomach, which I did when I got out the bathtub. I rubbed my belly with castor oil, and I always put a heating pad on for about an hour.
Mm-hmm. And I like Mago 7. That's my go-to. Somebody asks.
There's a lot of Mago 7s in the chat.
Mm-hmm. And somebody asked a question about digestive enzymes.
I'm looking at that. I just saw digestive enzymes. I didn't see. Go
back.
Did you see
some comments are being filtered, and I can't unfilter them the way that I can't go in and approve them. Let me go back to see.
Did you see Jay's comment when he said, "How bad can constipation get?"
Bad enough for somebody to have to go for you to go to the hospital. Bad enough for you to have to go to the hospital for Kima and Keisha to get in there and dig it out. Okay, that's how bad it can get. You understand?
Jay, I cannot tell you how many times I have had to double glove friend, sometimes triple glove friend, and lubricate and get in there and clean it out. Can you imagine that? That's how bad it can get, because it's either gonna come out from the bottom or it's gonna come out from the top. And I've experienced in medicine, helping patients with both of that, where they're going BM from the mouth and at the bottom.
Baby.
Yeah.
Ooh. And that's bad.
Anita was saying digestive enzymes help with sulfur burps and issues with certain foods. Okay, that's what she was saying. Mika says they can cause hemorrhoids. Absolutely. And you know how you get the hemorrhoids? You know how it causes hemorrhoids? When you are constantly repetitively bearing down on your rectum to have a bowel movement, you're straining the veins down there, and so they'll pop right on out, honey, and they hurt. That hurts, and they bleed. Cynthia says she used Bella and she used Benefiber. So do I. Yes, Lord, it keeps me miserable. Um, but it's hard for me. A lot of water, but I'm trying. Very good, friend. So ideally, you should be having a bowel movement every day. But like Kima says, not everybody has a bowel movement every day. Every other day, maybe every 3 days for sure. If you haven't had a bowel movement in 3 days, is a problem. And you have to lean into your detoxes so that you can make sure that you're having bowel movements, because when your colon is congested, you're gonna have a problem absorbing nutrients that you need. So don't let your colon get so congested that you can't absorb the nutrients that your body needs to absorb. Okay. Now, before we move on to the next topic, oh, my friend says, yes, I have hemorrhoids. Now, my God, today she says, I am miserable. Baby, get you some Tux pads. Go get you some Tux pads. Make sure you lean into your witch hazel. Get you some what you call that stuff? That ointment that you do the inserts with. Um, Preparation H. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, friend. I've experienced that. I am so sorry. That is a miserable thing. It definitely is. Before we move to the next topic, for the 114 people who are in the chat, thank you guys for being in the chat with Kima and I. If you're not yet following Charge Nurse Keisha or Ask Nurse Kima, make sure you are clicking the page so that you are following us both. Turn your notification bells on so you know when we both are live. Y'all, thank y'all so much for getting us up to 34.1K likes in the lives. For those of you who are just coming in the chat and you're not familiar with Kima and I, we both are partners with Amble Health. Tonight we're talking about GLP-1 unspoken topics. If you are someone who wants to start your weight loss journey using GLP-1 medications or using peptides or amino acids, y'all, we have links in our link tree in both of our bios. So click in the bio so that we can get you set up with a obesity trained specialist. And they can get you set up with a compounded pharmacy that will get your meds out to you. Keep in mind with Amble Health, you guys, there's no physician fees, there's no subscriptions, y'all, there's no shipping. You can use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, and FSA if you order meds in bulk. You can order 3, 6, 9, and meds annually with Amble. Okay, since you have anything else to say about digestive and bathroom before we move on to we're going to talk about our crazy relationships with food.
Let's talk about food and our relationships with it. Okay. Because you know we got some funny look things we like to do.
Miss Deb is asking, does Mag Ox 7 work fast?
To me, it works fast. I can't take Mago 7 and think I'm going to leave the house. Because usually in about 30 minutes, I'm going to the restroom. You know, I remember being on live one night. The first time I ever took Mago 7. I was on live, took the mag. I said, okay, y'all, I took this Mago 7. I'm going to try it out. I could not get through my live. I don't think I was on for 40 minutes. And I had to hang up and run to the bathroom. Okay. That was my first experience with Mango 7. I was like, oh my God. So for me, it works fast. Because I was expecting maybe like a in the morning type of situation.
Tasha said it took a few days for her to work. So I'm not that familiar with Mag Ox 7 like that, y'all. So Mag Ox 7, is that something that you take 1 or 2 pills, or you just take it as what, like? I don't know.
I take 3. Now, you know, I know some people that take a little bit more than that. Okay. The 4 or 5, but it says take 3 on the empty stomach at night. Now, when I took my 3, it was at like 6 something in the afternoon. But I was at home, you know what I mean? But that's what they say. And I only take it when like it's been a couple of days and I have not had a BM. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't normal. Then I'll take it and make sure I drink a lot of water behind it. But I know some people take it, you know, every other day.
You take 4. My God, today.
Amen.
Me, girl, is that the standard? She said, woke up, brought about to break to the toilet. Lord Jesus.
But it doesn't hurt my stomach, which is why I like it. There's no, I don't get any cramping or anything like that. But it taps and say, all right, that's it. You better move and move now.
It says she take 3. Okay. But what does the packaging say to take?
I can't reach it. I feel like
Okay.
it takes 3.
Okay.
I got it on
Um
this table over here.
so Doc Rock is in the chat. She says, per evidence based, normal range bowel movement is no more than 3 times a day, but no less than 3 times a week. Boom.
And there we go.
Very good. Okay. And Kay says 3 on an empty stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, y'all, Christmas said we all full of shit around here.
Right. And is.
It is.
And is.
I was on a fad diet and the green smoothie, and that was what was recommended was for the Mag 7.
Okay.
Got you. TJ, oh, hold on, not TJ. Selena said my bowel movements are small. So that's so the thing about having small bowel movements and not feeling evacuated, because that's the key. When you're going to the bathroom, you want your body to feel like it is completely evacuating your colon. Like, I know for me, I could feel when I haven't gone enough. Like, I don't know why I can feel when, when I go to the bathroom and I'm having a number 2 episode. Like, I could feel when my colon has like done what it needs to do, or when there is residual left behind. And if you feel like there's residual left behind, tap into your Magox 7s and stuff like that, and y'all, don't let it sit like that. Get it out, because those are the things that make you sick and make you uncomfortable. Okay. You want your colon to be cleansed so that you can uptake the nutrients that you need, because we're already dealing with gastric delay in
Tina says small but feel like Godzilla. I know that's right. I know. Be so mad when it's so powerful. It feels like it's gonna be so much, and then it's nothing. Like I sat here for all of that time for this. Yeah, no. Hey, Ronnie, honey.
pellets.
Right, Jay. No, Kay.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I see a couple people have come in the room. You guys tap the screen. Continue to tap the screen as you come in. Make sure you guys are following myself, Charge Nurse Keisha, and Ask Nurse Kima. Tap on both screens and turn your notification bells on. And just another reminder for the people just coming in, Kima is going to be live in the morning at 10 a.m. Standard Eastern Time. She's going to be talking about post-operative care from the clinical point of view. Okay. So make sure you guys set your set your timers for that. Okay, so we're gonna move on to in tonight's topic, we're talking about unspoken GLP-1 topics, things that we all feel, but not all of us talk about. So we talked about going to the bathroom, constipation, diarrhea, having bathroom anxiety. Now we're gonna move on to our crazy relationships with food. Things like food noise, food grief. Y'all know that's a thing. Because I know I'm grieving a lot of stuff. Taste changes and social eating pressure. So let's start out with talking about food noise, how to silence it. Let's talk about food grief. While some food noise goes away, for some people, people they have like a surprising loss for the joy of eating. Now, that's one thing I can definitely say I do suffer with on my GLP-1 journey, y'all. First of all, I'm a Southern Black girl. I was born in Georgia. Most of my family's from the Carolinas. My mom remarried a man from New Orleans, and I married a man from Southwest Louisiana who is Cajun Creole. That's three different types of food. How can I say it? Food
Culture.
cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. There's three different food cultures that I have grown to love. And so now I blend them all. But being on a GLP-1 journey, it prevents me from and thankfully so, I'm thankful for it. But I have developed a better relationship with the way I eat those type of foods. Now, I don't restrict myself. I've never restricted myself, but I can't indulge in those things every day, every other day like I used to love, like I want to. So sometimes I get so upset. Like, for example, I'll get on the scale. Like I told Kima today. I told her today, I said, girl, because I haven't been feeling well and I haven't been very hungry, I've been leaning back into smoothies, and not even the smoothies that I make at home. I've been going to Smoothie King, and those are very sweet. They have high calories, y'all, very sugary. But it's been sustaining me because I really haven't been eating. Like I haven't eaten today, and I was drinking a smoothie. I took a couple of sips. Now I'm doing my little tea, but it's things like that. Like I wish I could drink a smoothie every single day. I love the way smoothies taste, but if I want to keep my weight down, if I want to have a great relationship with food and be kind to my cardiovascular system, kind to my pancreas in the way it puts out insulin and the way these meds are helping me be more insulin sensitive, kind to the way my body will retain fluid if I put so much carbs in my body. If I want to keep that stuff at bay, I have to respect my commitment to not do those things. But do I feel sometimes like it's a suffering type of thing? Hell yeah. I be feeling like people that don't have loud food noise and people who don't have like insulin resistance, I feel like you guys are winning because it's very hard to refrain from eating those type of things that I love eating every single day. Like I want to just eat what I want to eat. Shit, I don't want to count calories every day. I don't want to use my food scale every day. I don't want to use my food tools every day. I just want to be normal.
Yep. And I definitely feel like that. Being from the South, what we call the dirty South, and I'm raised in the country, and I want to eat soul food every day, but I want to eat it how my grandmother makes it. I don't want the revised soul food I cook now, so I'm replacing my pork with smoked turkey. I don't really want that, even though it's good. I don't want that, and I feel bad when I substitute, pork with the turkey. Instead of eating my spaghetti with ground beef, I'm using ground chicken or ground turkey. Like I feel like I'm cheating myself and punishing myself because of the lifestyle change. And I deal with that from a mental perspective. Like sometimes I don't know what I want to eat or how I'm going to eat because we all have different appetites here in the house. But like I really feel bad about not being able to or eat the smoked pork meat like I want to, and my greens or my cabbage. You know, sometimes I want pig feet, and it's like I get upset because if I eat it, then what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? It's gonna be the issue with me and the scale, me and trying to get in these clothes, me and water retention. But I definitely deal with it. To be honest, sometimes I want a pickled pig feet. You know,
Oh my God.
but
Yes.
yeah.
Jay says, people without metabolic dysfunction will never understand. Jay, they won't. And it burns me up, Jay, when people say, "Oh, you guys cheated because you're taking um Ozempic and stuff like that." That's why a lot of my posts lately has been about that because I don't know why my algorithm is uh is on people who are judging the GLP-1 community. But it's so hard for me to resist eating those type of foods every single day, because that's the way I was raised. I was raised, you know, with smothered food. You know, when I say smothered, for those who don't know, in the black community or in the African American community, um we do what we call smothered food. That's where you brown your meat, whatever it is, you brown your meat in grease, cook it down, and then you make roux from grease and flour, and then you cook it down in the grease and flour, and it makes this beautiful, amazingly flavored gravy. Y'all, when I met my husband was eating rice and gravy every day, just a different meat. That's how he was raised, every day, with cornbread, or they'll have rolls on the side. And also, when they smother meats down, they cook with like 2 and 3 meats at a time. Like if you make a side dish, say for instance, they're gonna do greens, or they're gonna do cabbage, or they're gonna do something as simple as green beans and corn. They have 3 different meats. They'll have tasso, they'll have chicken. I'm sorry, they'll have tasso, they'll have like a smoked hock or something like that. And then they'll also have sausage, and it's so good. Imagine eating all of that, and then now, okay, now you got to do chicken sausage. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that ain't a freaking sacrifice, friend, tell me what the hell it is. Because if you've ever had gravy and rice, baby, you eating. If you ever had a side, they have a million meats in it, and all of those meats marry, and you get that good flavor, baby, you eating. So don't tell me I'm not making sacrifices, on my GLP-1 journey. Honey, don't make me curse you out now.
Oh, yes. That's like me going from where I was raised off to college in Savannah and picking up the Gullah Geechee way of eating,
Oh,
being
yeah.
on the coast. And so there was rice with every meal, white rice, yellow rice, crab rice, seafood rice, with everything. And I was like, coming from my house, we might have rice every now and then, but we're gonna have more vegetables and meat than
Yes.
the rices and the seafood and stuff. So even going to Savannah after college, I learned there was a difference, a way of cooking food there versus an hour and a half up 16. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it took some learning to make those adjustments.
Yes. So now what we do, and I'm gonna read the comments, y'all, because there's 40 comments I want to read. Now what we do, we'll cook the meat. We'll use olive oil if we're gonna cook something down, and then we'll just have like a side, something like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, greens. We'll have corn, we'll have broccoli. So it's a meat and a vegetable. Every now and then, and I mean every now and then, I'm not even talking about once a week will we eat rice. We may eat like rice maybe once every 10 days. So that's a huge sacrifice. And can I commit to that? Absolutely. Yes, I can. But we're talking about the unspoken things that we feel in the GLP-1 community when it comes to our journey. And those unspoken things are real. I know that we, in this particular thing, is called food grief, that I'm talking about. So Mika says, I wish my food noise was gone. Maybe I need therapy to help me with stress eating. Um, I don't think therapy is what you need, baby. I don't think that. I think that you need to take something that is going to control your food noise, because your food noise, I know some people will think that it is mental. Is food noise mental? Let's talk about it. Is food noise mental, or is it physical? Is it mental, or is it physical? Or is it both? A little bit of both.
I think it's a little bit of both. Because there are times when I don't even know if it's really food noise or if I just have a taste for something. And I want that taste. And then I'm kind of satisfied. I don't know if I really have a whole lot of, let me say, quote unquote, food noise. I feel like I have things that I just desire certain times of the month, like my sweets, candies. I want a certain time of the month. Um, but I do think it's a little bit of both. Because am I gonna indulge or not? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Um, so PIRG, friend, I don't know how to pronounce this. PIRG. Oh, is it per, you know, is asking, are we letting people up who have questions? I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
let me see here.
Selena says, "This is good, ladies. Appreciate your vulnerability." Vulnerability. Oh, you're welcome, friend. It's just something that I feel that is very important.
Do you see Jay's question? How do you maintain and honor traditions while staying focused on your health? That's a good question.
I think you manage by using your tools, Jay. Whatever it is your I'm gonna let you up, friend. Whatever it is that you are using to track your calories and stuff like that. And I think that you can do like calorie cycling where you do high calories one day, low calories one day. That gives a great balance. It prevents people from developing eating disorders because you're not depriving yourself of the foods that you like to eat. And like for example, in my situation, like I like fried foods, Jay. I love freaking fried foods, but I know I cannot have fried foods every day. So, like I said, I have set cheat days where I do low calories so that I can prepare for my cheat days. It offers a balance for me. So it helps me physically and it also helps me mentally because I'm not feeling like I am depriving myself of anything. And then on the days that I am doing high calories, high fat foods and stuff like that, I make sure I detox right after. Like the next day, I'm making sure that I'm detoxing and stuff like that. So that's what I think. Now if it's a deeper issue, I definitely will say talk with your clinicians and see if your clinicians will have some insight and some evidence-based material and evidence-based resolutions for you. Okay. Let my friend up so I can see what she want to ask. You ready for me to let perk up? Okay. Hey friend.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Okay, baby, and you?
I'm doing alright. I'm just like a little bit confused because I just started Ozempic like on Thursday, and I got kind of nervous on what to eat, so I just been eating like boiled foods,
Hmm.
like boiled chicken and like boil everything. So I'm like, my kids they want different stuff, so I'm like, well, I can't cook it a certain way because I gotta eat it a certain way. So I'm not gonna deprive them, but I also had to talk with them too. Like y'all gotta change y'all eating habits too, cause y'all don't wanna end up taking what I'm taking.
Hmm.
So I'm just nervous, and then like this morning, I um I checked the scale before I took Ozempic, and I couldn't believe when I got on there this morning I lost 7 pounds in three
Oh my
days.
God.
And
That's
I
amazing.
just started walking. Like I do 60 minutes of walking a day now.
Hmm.
Like 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night.
Now you see
And
her
I didn't even
congratulating
know I
you
had
in the
that
chat
much
group.
energy.
They're congratulating you in the chat. So here's the thing, friend. And this is so hard too when you're the only one in the house that's doing GLP-1 medications because you don't want your family to suffer, but you also want a balance. You also want your family to respect what it is that you're going through and to help you because everybody needs help. So I would say do like a fine, like I would say, first of all, for you personally, let's talk about you. I would say lean into like tools that can help you. There are a lot of apps like the My Lose It app or Lose It app. There's the TDEE calculator. There's the My Fitness Pal where you can input what you want to eat and it will tell you like how many calories or whatever it will give you for the day. Like it will help you set up what your um what your restrictions should be, like your calorie restrictions should be. It will ask you how sedentary you are. It'll ask you how tall you are, how much you weigh, and then it will give you how many calories you should eat a day. And when you're preparing your meals and stuff, you can input it into the app and it will tell you how many how much calories or carbs or fat that's going to go into that meal. So that's one way you can do to track what you're eating so that you can keep abreast on what you can eat and what you can't eat. And you will learn very quickly what's good for you and what's not. And you'll be surprised the things that you can eat. And you'll also be surprised the things that you can't eat. So that is for you. When it comes to your family, you know, because I went through this, friend. When I first started, I was the only one on. I was doing Manjaro I was doing Saxenda at the time. What I would do is I would have to compartmentalize my journey from my family. So I would cook the way I would cook for them, for all of us, but I would only eat what I could eat. So say for instance, if it was like if I'm gonna do rice and gravy with a side, I would just eat the meat with the side, and then I would get me a salad and some fruit. So it's almost like, friend, you have to mentally compartmentalize what your family want from what you want, and just
Yeah.
worry about what you're eating. And here's the thing about GLP-1 medications. GLP-1 medications are not going to take your food hunger away right away. It takes some time because the GLP-1 medications are not weight loss medicines. They are they're endocrine medicines that are meant to change the way you metabolize foods, the way your body breaks down carbs, and the way your body breaks down fats. And for a lot of us, it takes months before our bodies start doing it correctly with the use of the medicine. So you just have to give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to adapt to your new norms. Don't feel bad about it. You know, continue to talk with your family with love, you know, from a loving place, and just make them understand what it is that you're going through. Make them understand that you're trying to live a longer life. You're trying to have better quality of life. And I promise you, your family is going to understand that. And they're also going to be watching you, and they're going to mimic what you do. So you're really like in your household, you're really like going to be the new standard. So what they see you do, they're going to automatically want to do. Because
Yeah,
when I
'cause my
started,
son, he started walking with me like the second day, and I was like,
yeah,
even though,
yes,
he was walking faster than me, I still kept up. Cause I mean, it's nothing new for me walking because I've been walking like for a long time. So like 60 minutes is nothing for me because I
yes,
didn't walk longer than that some days. So like the walking part, I'm not worried about. It's just like the food part
yeah,
because I got in here this morning and cooked like grits and a chicken breast for breakfast this morning. Cause I said no, I'm not eating no sugary cereal this morning.
yeah.
So that's
So
what
you're
I
doing
took out
right.
to eat.
You're doing right. Just eat the foods that you like to eat. You know, like if you like to boil chicken, because boo, I like boiled chicken too. I like boiled turkey necks. I like boiled turkey wings. Just eat real simple. When you first started, eat real simple. And like Nurse Rock said in the chat, she says make slow changes that you can adapt to. Don't have an expectation to change your eating habits overnight. Because remember, when you're on GLP-1 medicines, especially if you have true obesity, you have true insulin resistance, this is going to be a lifelong thing for you. So those small changes or those big changes, they're not going to happen overnight, friends. So just give your body some grace, give your mental time to adjust, and do the best that you can. And I promise you, you're gonna get to your goal, friend. Just stay strong, stay connected to your GLP-1 community, so that we can keep adjusting your crown for you, and we're gonna see you at your goal. We're going to see
I
you at
do
your
have
goal.
one question, like, cause like before I found out that my doctor was gonna put me on that, I was drinking like sugar-free Kool-Aid anyway, like the Sugar free. Well, they say sugar free, but they don't have like caffeine or nothing in it. But I looked it up on Google and it said don't like drink too much of that when you taking Ozempic.
Mhm. I think they speak to that because certain certain sweeteners will spike your glucose levels, which will um cause your body to produce more insulin or want to produce more insulin. So I
Oh,
definitely understand that. So you have to lean into the sugars that don't do glucose spikes, which is like stevia and stevia. What's the other one, y'all, in the chat? Help me. The sugars that don't spike the your blood glucose.
I'm gonna cut my camera on and show you a thing, something that I ordered off
Not fruit.
TikTok. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
I don't forgot how to. Okay. Uh, this what I got off of TikTok. It say stevia.
Uh-huh. So yes, if
So
it has stevia in it, you good.
okay,
You
yeah,
good.
cause I've been putting like a half a pack in my water.
You good.
Just a half a pack, not a whole
Mm-hmm.
pack, but just a half a pack.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like drink that water, which I drink water, but at the same time, like I don't like the taste all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
I
you
was
have
trying
any?
to cut my camera off.
No.
But yeah, that's and thank y'all for the congratulations. I mean, I walk a lot, so I don't overdo it. I'm just used to walking, and I really, I want to like from a month from now, Lord's will, if I still, if God bless me to see it,
Yeah.
I want to go up more than
Yeah.
60 minutes. And
And
walking, because walking, is good for you.
yes. And one other thing, friend. One other thing. I know you say you just started on Ozempic, and they probably have you on the babyest of dose. So
Yeah, they got me on 0.5.
okay, so okay, very good. So if you doctors will typically increase your dose every 4 weeks, friend. So don't be afraid to let them know to increase your dose if you want some more appetite suppression or whatever. And not necessarily meaning that when you increase your dose, you will get appetite suppression. But clinical studies have shown people lose more weight when they get into the higher range of the dosing with semaglutide. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I also know a lot of people who have just been on 0.25 and who are over 100 pounds down. So just gauge
Oh,
where you
wow.
are in your journey and so that you can determine whether or not you want to stay at the dose that you are or you want to increase.
Yeah.
I guess I'm basically saying don't be afraid to increase your dose if you feel like you need more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
But I'm
Um,
I'm actually happy that I got on TikTok tonight because I was gonna go live and like go and ask people what like give me some type of like list of what I can eat because like I didn't throw it away majority of all the sweet stuff I had in here.
so when you think about the foods that you can eat, just eat protein forward, fiber forward, low fats, low carbs. So
So
um,
I would probably be better off going to Whole Foods, getting what I really need.
you don't necessarily have to go. You don't necessarily have to go to Whole Foods, but Whole Foods is definitely a good place to start. It's definitely a good place, but you don't necessarily have to go to Whole Foods.
Oh, okay.
Send me a DM, baby, so we could talk more about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Kima. You have anything you want to add, baby?
I dropped some websites in the chat.
All right.
They're good information resources. for what to eat, how to eat, what your plate should look like as far as protein, carbs, and veggies and stuff like that. So I did put
Is
them in
there
the
any
chat.
way you can message me those sites?
Yeah. Yep. If you send me a DM, I will.
Okay.
Okay, dear.
I will. I'm right after I drop down.
Okay, thank you so much for being vulnerable enough to come up on the panel and share what it is that you're feeling. Because that's what we're here
Yeah,
for.
I usually don't, come up in panels. I'll just be in like the, comments. But I said, okay, you gotta do it for once in your life.
Yeah. Tell me what your name is.
My real name
Yeah.
is Sharonda.
Nice to meet you, Sharonda.
Yeah, I just gotta change my username,
Oh,
but
you don't have to. I just personally wanted to know your name.
yeah, that's my name.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people I go know me go by my middle name. I just don't like my first name. But yeah, that's my name. So I don't want to hold your boxes up or nothing, but I'm gonna drop down in the
Okay.
comments.
Thank you so much for coming up on the panel, baby. I appreciate you.
All right,
Have a good night.
you too.
Very good. Oh my goodness. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff that people would be dealing with, like when they
Mm-hmm.
start their journey. It just be so many different topics. So when I hear people say, "Oh my goodness, people are still talking about GLP-1s," like we've been talking about this for 3 years. I'm gonna be talking about it for as long as I'm taking GLP-1s because I really want people to understand that you can definitely be successful taking a GLP-1 medication. And I want people's questions to be answered. And I want people to have a complete understanding of what it is that they're taking and how to be successful while they're taking. And this is one of the biggest things Sharonda said is knowing what to freaking eat. It is confusing.
It is, but you know what? When she was talking, what comes to my mind is she's going to a provider, started her on a new medication, no education on what to expect, no education on this is what you need to change and why you are now taking this medication. None of that was discussed with her, and I can tell that by listening to what she said tonight.
Mhm.
Because that should have been discussed. The doctor prescribing new medication. I'm glad she's making the adjustments. But I'm thinking about if the conversation would have taken place in regards to what maybe she needs to tweak a little bit. She's down 7. What would have happened if she would have received the proper education and then got on this scale this morning after preparing her meals in a different way? What would she have been down? In 3 days versus the 7, it probably would have been way more.
Right.
But I'm glad she went into the live and asked her questions. Now she has some resources.
That's right. For the 122 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, Charge Nurse Keisha or Ask Nurse Kima, make sure you guys are following us. Put your notification bells on so you know when we are live. Guys, tomorrow morning, Kima will be doing a post-operative care live, giving you insight of what your expectations are from the clinical side post-op. So she will be on 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys. Thank you guys so much for getting us up to 67.2K likes in the live. If you are just coming in the chat, you guys, Kima and I both, I think I'll be on my journey. It'll be 3 years come September 16th. Kima, how long?
It'll be 3 years, November the 1st.
Okay, we're almost 3 years into our weight loss journeys. I am 97 pounds down. Kima, you are
108 from my starting weight, I believe.
my God today.
Yeah.
So y'all, so we definitely, oh my God, it's definitely been oh gosh. It's been a
journey.
it's been a yes, it has been a journey. If you are new to GLP-1 medicines, if you're interested in GLP-1 medications, We both are patients and partners of Amble Health. So if you want to start your GLP-1 journey using GLP-1 medications, we both have links in our link trees on our profile pages on TikTok. So go to those links, you guys. Click on the links for Amble's weight loss plans. Keep in mind, there's no physician fee, there's no shipping, there's nothing that you have to subscribe to. We do offer medicines in bulk where you can buy 3, 6, 9, 12 months worth of medicines, you guys. No physician fee, no shipping, no subscriptions. You can use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. You could even use your FSA cards if you have FSA. And make sure you stay connected with Kima and I, because we're two nurses that does GLP-1 educations. We talk about things from the clinical aspect, so that you guys are very familiar with what is going on with your bodies in relation to GLP-1 medications. So let me go to the chat and make sure I'm not missing any comments. Oh, Kendall says, make sure you're following the Health and Hustle podcast. That's a page that Kima and I share together. We actually go out into the community and do community education based on health and wellness. So make sure you do tap into the Health and Hustle podcast page. I think that, let's see. I'm going through the chat to make sure I'm not missing anybody's comment or question. Charlotte says, my family doctor didn't give me any education. I had to learn from wonderful people like you. Thank you. You're welcome, baby. Miss Lois says, my provider doesn't know anything to educate me on GLP-1 meds. My God.
And that is so wild to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I do understand when new meds come on the market and the pharmaceutical reps come into your practice and trying to get you to, prescribe this medication. But even in that intro and understanding and in service, do they not give you like what you need to say, the education that you need to provide to the patient? I mean, and then two, it makes me think the lack of knowledge is to, and why they don't prescribe it. Like why you hear so many people say, my doctor won't prescribe it, even though it's covered by my insurance.
Yeah.
Is it just truly their lack of knowledge or lack of wanting to know anything about the medication? I do a lot of education on GLP-1s at work. A lot of phone calls to doctors that have their patients on 4 and 5 different medications when all they need is one GLP-1, And it just shocks me when I call. They say, "Oh, no problem. What do I need to do?" I'm like, "Write the script. I got it from here." It is kind of sad because what GLP-1s came out 2017.
Oh my God.
We almost 10 years in.
No, Kima, it's actually been longer than that. Hold on.
Yeah.
How long has Ozempic been on the market? Which one was first?
Oh my goodness! Somebody asked. I can't even think of it right now because I had never heard of it until somebody asked one day in a live. But they don't know how to prescribe it now.
Which was the first GLP-1 medication on the market? Which one was first? Byetta.
There you go.
Byetta in 2005.
There you go.
So it's actually GLP-1s have been on the market, y'all, since 2005. That
2025.
20 years ago. It's been 20 years, y'all. They just get better. They just get better.
Hey, Tessita. Let me see.
Okay. So we're talking about so for those of you who are just coming in, we're talking about unspoken topics on GLP related to GLP-1 medications. We're talking about things that we all experience but we don't talk about. And so at the top of the live, we talked about constipation, diarrhea, and sulfur burping that can be embarrassing, and the constipation, diarrhea can be embarrassing. It can cause bathroom anxiety. Now we're talking about our relationship with food and food noise, food grief. Y'all, what about taste changes? Having taste changes while you're on GLP-1 medications. For example, you may have once loved greasy or sweet foods, and now those things are unappealing. Which thankfully, some greasy foods are unappealing, but I know I definitely do mourn sometimes. Like I'll eat something and I just feel like it just don't taste right, and it just makes me not even want it. When I know it's not the food that it doesn't that's making it that way, it's my medicine making it taste crazy.
Yeah,
And
taste buds off. Like
food
with the aging process, how you might hear some, at least my grandmother says things, she doesn't have the same taste buds. So something that it might be salty to me in her mind doesn't have enough salt, or if I say it's sweet, too sweet to me, she said ain't enough sugar in there. There is a comment that is in the chat. Let me go back. Southern Vaughn asked, she says, hey y'all, would like to hear more about dosing every 5 days. See a lot of people doing this now. Thank you, Southern Vaughn. So, I mean, again, almost 3 years in the game. People are talking about it now, but they've been doing it. People have been doing every 5 days since the first year of, well, as far as Mounjaro. That is not new. They just didn't talk about it. They're only talking about it now because there are companies and doctors recommending that people microdose and take every 5 days. Me personally, as a nurse, I feel like it's not uncommon. I never thought it was unusual. I actually felt like microdosing was going to come sooner, as well as higher milligrams, because everyone will not be able to have therapeutic range, will not receive 15 milligrams and be therapeutic, or 12.5 or whatever is out there right now. I do feel like there will come a time where there are going to be patients that might need a little bit more. But again, that to me is no different than doctors prescribing 2 blood pressure medications for somebody. To me, being able to take your GLP-1 more than once a week, it doesn't sound far-fetched, and I think we'll see that. I mean, to me, I think every 3 days might even come up, only because you're going to have some people that are just not able to reach their therapeutic range, and the doctor just got to figure out what to do. It's like trial and error, which is why people have multiple medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. That's just me. That's my innovative way of thinking, because I know there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's no such thing as it only being just one way. But those are just my thoughts. Keisha, what do you think?
So I think that split dosing can be beneficial and it can be harmful. So when you think about split dosing, first of all, the reason why doctors did split dosing was because they would do it for well, how it started on the clinical side. Because what people do in their homes and what they want to do, that's something totally different. But when it comes to doctors split dosing, what they were doing was split dosing for patients who were having a problem with side effects. So they felt like it was a little bit too much medicine all at one time. So they would split dose for patients so that it can get your body adjusted to the medicine a little bit better and counteract some of those side effects to make you more tolerable for the medicine. And then they would build you up to where you're now taking your medicine the way clinical studies have shown. There is no clinical studies to show how beneficial it is to split dose. There's no hey friend, the Perry fam is in. There's no clinical trials to show what your results will be with split dosing. So I can't tell you whether or not it works or not. I've never split dose. I don't know that life, but I do have some education on split dosing that I would like to share with you all really quickly. So these are notes, because I did education on this before. These are notes that I have in my phone. So, split dosing of GLP-1 medications refers to dividing the prescription dose into two smaller doses taken at different times instead of taking the full dose at once. This approach is sometimes used to minimize side effects or to improve your tolerance. So, there's benefits and then there's not. There's benefits and then there's some risk. So, the benefit of split dosing, number one, would be reducing side effects. Taking smaller doses may decrease common side effects like nausea, vomiting, bloating, diarrhea. A patient can build better tolerance. So that's number two. It can help patients gradually adapt to the medication, especially when increasing the dosage. Improve medication adherence. Patients who experience fewer side effects may be more likely to continue their treatment, because a lot of people who come off the meds, they think they have an allergy to it, which is not so. It don't be an allergy most times. It's not an allergy. It's just that they have bad side effects and they don't know how to treat the side effects, or they are not familiar with split dosing until they build up the tolerance. So it'll improve medication adherence, and it's a customized dosing. It allows more flexibility to tailor the treatment to the patient. So there are some situations where your doctor will split dose to tailor the medicine to your needs. Now, when we talk about risk of split dosing, number one, it's an off-label use. All right. So split dosing may not be aligned with the approved dosing guidelines of the medication, potentially affecting efficacy and safety. So when I hear people say they are split dosing, I always think about what's the efficacy? Like, are they really getting a full effect of what the medicine is supposed to be? And I think that because there's no evidence-based studies to show what split dosing does. And y'all know I'm an evidence-based practice nurse. I like to go toward what the studies say, because that's concrete evidence. Like, I can show you what you're going to resolve or what the resolve is going to be. Whereas if you're split dosing, I don't have nothing to, there's no validity in it for me. So I don't know how to justify it for you all outside of saying, it's going to help you be more adherent. It's going to help you be more tolerant. It's going to help you with less side effects until your body builds up the tolerance for it. Amanda says, my sister-in-law just started and her doctor started her with split dosing. Very good. I think that's great at the beginning of your journey, if it's going to help you with all of those things. Now, another thing that may be risky is variable effectiveness. Keisha, what does that mean? Dividing the dose may reduce the medication's effectiveness, right? The GLP-1 doses are designed to maintain a consistent level in your bloodstream. So when you think biologically in the bioavailability of the medicine, the clinical studies have shown what your body will do at a certain level that you build in your bloodstream. So if you split dose, how can we show the efficacy, the effectiveness of your medicine? So that's something to think about. Number three, which can be risky, is it increases the complexity of the medicine. Managing two doses can be challenging and might lead to missed doses or incorrect timing. So we already know we're supposed to be doing our medicine once a week. You're supposed to be doing it every week at the same time. I don't know about the same time of day, but every week for sure at the same time, because that's what the clinical studies have shown. Now that you are microdosing, how do you know you're taking it at the same time on the same day at this, it can get confusing. So that's what they mean by it can increase the complexity of, what time you're giving the medicine. Number four, insurance and provider approval. Split dosing without a provider's approval may lead to issues with your insurance coverage or medical oversight. Okay, so that's something that you want to think about. And then number five, which one is most important to me, is potential dosing errors. Now, we already have people who give their dosing wrong because they're not understanding the concentration of their medicine in comparison to the units that were prescribed. If you're buying in bulk, then you're getting a different concentration and you're getting different units. But without proper guidance, patients may inadvertently take inaccurate doses. So you just want to be very mindful of what you're doing without your doctor's approval. If you're going to microdose, just make sure that you are microdosing under the umbrella of your NP, your PA, and your clinician, because they will be able to give you the right amount of units that you're to give when you're split dosing, and as to whatever your concentration is. So just consider all of those things. And then there's some recommendations that I want to give if you are considering split dosing. Medical supervision, because your medical supervisor well, my notes say split dosing should only be done under the guidance of your healthcare provider. Symptom monitoring, keep track of how your body responds and report any worsening side effects or lack of efficacy to your doctors. Adherence times, ensure doses are spaced evenly to prevent blood sugar fluctuations and reduce effectiveness, y'all. So just be mindful of the split dosing stuff. Am I against it? Absolutely not. I'm not against it. I just want you guys to do what it is that you're doing under the umbrella of your PA, your NP, or your clinician. Hey, Nurse Brenda, welcome in. Yeah. So there you go. Lovable says, I'm scared. She said, I'm scared now. My script is for twice a week. It is confusing, but I have been taking it for 2 months. To me, you have to find a way of eating. Amanda says, to me, you have to find a way of eating. You can do it long term. Got you, friend. So any other comments on split dosing? Because that's the topic that we segue to. For the 117 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following Charge Nurse Keisha or Ask Nurse Kima, make sure you click both screens, you guys. Make sure you're following us. Turn your notification bells on so you know that when we're live. Again, another reminder, Kima will be on live 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning. She's going to be doing post-operative care. I know a lot of you guys are far along in your journeys where you're considering surgeries. I've seen a lot of surgeries come across TikTok. Not so much education from the clinical side. So Kima is going to be doing education on what it is that you're what is to be expected on the clinical side post-operatively. So make sure that you tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for that live. Also, thank you guys so much for getting us up nearly to 90K likes in this live, you guys. We both appreciate it. Another reminder, Kima and I are both almost 3 years in to our GLP-1 journeys. We both are patients and partners of Amble Health. So if you are someone who just entered the room, you're not familiar with what Amble is. Amble is an online telehealth company that connects you with the clinician, that will connect you with a compounded pharmacy where you can get scripted semaglutide and tirzepatide personalized with diluents such as B6, B12, glycine. You may get taurine, you may get L-carnitine. It's specialized, so it's based upon your medical assessment. If you are wanting to start your journey using Amble, we both have Amble links in our link tree, so you can go to the profile pages to Ask Nurse Kima, Ask Nurse Kima or Charge Nurse Keisha, and start your weight loss journeys or your peptide journeys or your amino acids today, you guys, today. But tonight we're talking about the unspoken topics that we all think about while we're on our GLP-1 journeys, but we don't pretty much talk about. So we think about it, but we don't say stuff out loud. At the top of the show, we talked about Laura, I feel like I'm on a show, but at the top of the live, we talked about constipation, diarrhea. We talked about sulfur burping. All of those things can be embarrassing. All of those things can cause bathroom anxiety. So we talked about the resolve for that. If you missed it, y'all, we will be uploading this live to my YouTube channel and Kima's YouTube channel. So make sure that you look out for both lives to go public. And then what was one other thing? Oh, and then we also talked about food noise. We talked about food aversion, which is where your food starts to taste funny while you are on GLP-1 medicines. Y'all, it is so normal. um but now I want to talk about social eating pressure. If you have ever been in the social setting and you have had anxiety about people maybe watching you, your family members looking at how much food you are fixing, what foods you're putting on your plate, people talking to you about how you look, drop what kind of emoji in the chat? Drop a spoon in the chat.
Yes.
Is there a spoon emoji?
Yes. So, a plate of something.
A plate or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, honey, I can drop some plates and forks and knives because I have been dealing with that well before starting on this journey. I remember even as a child being at my grandmother's house and somebody, maybe I fix my plate, whatever it is. And I remember adults coming over me to ask me, what you eating? You don't think that's too much on your plate? As a child, not to mention the up and down with the dieting since I was an adult and going out to dinner and no, I want chicken, rice, and whatever, but I'm eating a salad instead because I don't want somebody judging what I put on my plate. Or going out to the buffet, but I'm only gonna get a salad plate and then one regular plate when I know I want more than that, you
Yeah.
know?
Girl, I can't tell you how many times my dad have told me in summer when we're eating or when we fix food, that don't look like no GLP-1.
That part.
That don't look like no GLP-1 plate to me. So Mo Gotta Know says, are them guessing the number of pounds you've lost?
Yes.
Amanda says, my grandmother fixed our plates. Hey Irish, welcome in, baby doll. So yeah, I do often get food anxiety. Well, at the beginning of my journey, I had food anxiety. Now that I'm in maintenance, shit, I make people respect what's on my plate. Yes, I lost 30, and I make sure I say I lost 97 pounds. I can eat this today. It's not gonna make me no ways tired. Like I kind of
Hmm.
like bite back a little bit depending upon the type of energy I'm getting. It depends on what kind of energy I'm
Yes.
getting. If it's
Yes.
playful energy, I'm gonna give you back playful energy. If you really
Yes.
questioning my food and you like serious, I'm gonna give you some serious back. So whatever energy I get in those situations, I match it. Boom.
Same.
I match it. But social eating pressure can look like you declining food at a family gathering, which can lead to like awkward explanations or even like food guilt. It can cause you to have food guilt, and you wouldn't even set out to have no food damn guilt. You just want to eat. You know what I'm saying? And you don't feel food guilt, and some until somebody
Until
got
somebody say,
what the
yep.
hell is on your plate? Like this, my plate. You mind yours and let me mind mine. I don't went this long with 97 pounds down. What make you think what I'm doing today is gonna be something different? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that social eating thing. Listen, you gotta make people respect your GLP-1 journey. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. What I'm eating is what I'm eating.
That part. Because
Period.
I already know. It's crazy. For the holidays, if my favorite cousin, if she comes in town, I already know she making the macaroni and cheese. I will move stuff out the way to make sure I got double scoops of her macaroni and cheese. Cause this how I'm set up. Cause if she in town, I know what it's going for. You know, if I have, cause I do have, I want certain stuff, and I will adjust how my plate looks, my portions, based on what I want to eat. Cause I'm gonna eat what I want to eat,
Right.
like for
Sandy
real.
says, mind your plate. She says she telling them mind your plate.
That's right.
God damn it. God damn it. Mind your plate. My God.
Tennessee
anybody
State Union.
does anybody want to come up and tell a story about when they had social anxiety relating to um social eating pressures? Anyone had an experience that they want to share on the panel, like a quick 2 minutes before we move on to the next topic? And for those of you who are just coming in, we are talking about unspoken GLP-1 topics that we all experience, but we don't really shed light to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be shy. Y'all, thank you guys. Kimo, we're almost at 100K likes.
Oh my goodness, I see it. Come on, y'all. Thank you. What they say? Tell me you love me without telling me you love me. Appreciate it.
Okay. Y'all don't have to be shy. Y'all don't have to come up. You can just drop it in the chat. I'm looking at the comments as we're talking. So let's get into something that's big in the GLP-1 community, y'all. GLP-1 topics that people think about, but they don't talk about. Now we're gonna get into the money and the accessibility of it all. Okay. We're gonna talk about how people have they have GLP-1 roulette. They have GLP-1 telehealth hopping. There's unequal access in different communities. And a lot of people don't talk about or openly talk about the real financial burden of being on a GLP-1 medication. Okay. So let's talk about thank you guys for getting us up to 100K likes in the live.
Yay, thank you.
Yay. Thank you guys so much. Y'all been tapping away. Y'all have been tapping away. So, Kima, I know you have a lot of experience in this, being a case manager and you talking with people about, resources when it comes to like insurance coverage and things like that, when it comes to obtaining accessibility to certain things. So, many patients it is a financial burden to pay for GLP-1 medications, whether you have insurance or not. And a lot of people don't talk about how difficult it is to pay for GLP-1 medications and how much of a burden it is. But we sacrifice, we sacrifice, we work extra, we work over to make it affordable. What are some things you have recommended, or some things that you can recommend if somebody is experiencing financial burden when it comes to GLP-1 medicine system?
This is right up my alley. So usually the first thing that I will do is get the pharmacy on the line to check their tier status. If it's tier 3, we know we pay more out of pocket copays for tier 3 versus tier 2 or tier 1. So that's the first thing I do. Is that. And the second thing I'll do is try to get the tier, if it's a tier 3, get it dropped down to a lower tier so that it's cheaper. And sometimes I can do that very quickly over the telephone without having to, call anybody else. Of course, we're always checking for different coupon cards that are available, not just the manufacturer cards. Sometimes the pharmacies have individual coupon cards that they will use for members. It just depends on that pharmacy. And I'm not talking about your Publix, your Kroger's, or the Walmart pharmacies or Sam's. I'm talking about some of your mom and pop places have those coupons. But then I also reach out to some of my team members that search for resources in various communities by your zip code, because there are different foundations available that will pay for medications or just give you money towards the medication to pay for it. But I see that, a lot with GLP-1 medications. And sometimes it comes from misinformation from the doctors just saying, oh, your insurance won't pay for it, without even checking, because they don't want to write the script. You know what I mean? But those are typically the things that I have done. And in most cases, I will call a doctor or the nurse practitioner to advocate for a member. without saying it on our recorded lines, but basically giving them the code, what you need to say, what needs to be on this prior authorization for you to help your patient. Let's help me help your patient by writing this, and this. Um, but that's kind of what I deal with when it comes to like the GLP-1s. And to be honest, it's no different from any injectable, to be honest. Most injectables are pretty pricey. But that's the same. I go through that same process. With any patient that has an injectable, it's the same thing.
So, when it comes to unequal access, there is a silent frustration amongst patients who see or who are able to afford compounded medicines for off-label use. So I have definitely seen in the community where people do telehealth hopping, and my for telehealth hopping, 1,000 damn percent. I feel
Yep.
like wherever it is that you can get your medicines where you can afford it, you have the accessibility to it, and it's safe. That's where the hell you should go. And I'm a Kima and I both are Amble partners, but we're nurses first. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I definitely want people to go where it is that they can afford, because at best, I want you to have safe, affordable, accessible medicines wherever it is that you go.
Yeah.
So I have often seen people telehealth hop to where they are getting their medicines at the best price, at the best sale, at the best whatever it is. I'm totally not against any of that, even being a Amble partner, because I understand that, friend, paying $300 a month for one medicine. And I know there are some people that be on 5, 10, 15 scripts. So I damn well understand you wanting to minimize out of pocket expense for one
Yep.
medicine. So
And that's a fact. And it's something that I hope that people are not ashamed of doing. Do what you got to do.
yeah.
Do what you got to do. You know? They used to have that saying back in the day, robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know what I mean? Like, you just do what you got to do to get your medicine. You know?
So I definitely want you all to feel, to put your ears to the street. Look at the companies that that work best for you. Now, I am going to take a moment to toot my horn with Amble, because Amble is a patient first provider. I love that about them. They are legit scripted, so I absolutely love that about Amble Health. I love that Amble doesn't charge physician fees. They don't charge subscription fees. They don't charge for shipping on top of your medicine. Love that they give you guys the opportunity to use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. You can use your FSA card. So I absolutely 1,000,000% appreciate that from Amble Health. And again, if any of you guys are wanting to start your weight loss journeys using Amble Health, Kima and I both have those links in our link tree where you can go meet with an obesity trained specialist who has legit scripting that will connect you with one of our compounded pharmacies. That is 503A. For those of you who don't know what a 503A compounded pharmacy is, a 503A compounded pharmacy will only make compounded medications from a prescription. So your medicines do not come out of batches, and they can only make a certain amount for you. They cannot share your medicine with anyone else. So I love that about 503A. We only use 503A compounded pharmacies, y'all. We have hired a lot of 503A pharmacies so that we can better get you guys your medicines more at a more reasonable time. It takes 7 to 10 business days from the time that you meet with clinician to get your medicines. Okay. Has anybody had any obstacles financially? And you don't have to say, but I'm asking, does anybody have any questions about financial about your financial obligation to taking a GLP-1 medicine. What do y'all think about it? Do y'all think that the prices should be cheaper? Do y'all think that that insurance companies should offer these on tier 1? What are y'all thoughts? Drop it in the chat and I will talk about it. What are y'all thoughts on it? For the 116 people who are in the chat, thank you guys so much for being on live with Kima and I this late, you guys. We are talking about unspoken topics in the GLP-1 community when it comes to our GLP-1 journey. And right now we're talking about money and accessibility, how the price tag of GLP-1 medicines can be so grand, but they also give grand results. Mo Gotta Know says it should be cheaper. $4,000 to $1,000 a month is crazy. It is crazy. Charlotte says so far Amble is cheaper, is the cheaper one that I found. So if I don't think I found one cheaper than Amble either. It would be nice if Amble could lower the price just a little. Been with them for over a year. Friend, you know we did a price drop this year. I want to say in January, February when they rolled out the bulk pricing. So if you order your meds in bulk, you get them cheaper. They just one of my mods, Kendall, just dropped the price points of Amble in the chat. She dropped what the hold on, let me find it. She dropped what the tirzepatide is. If you order month to month of tirzepatide, it is $329 a month. But if you order 3 months worth at a time, it's $255, which is a great price. If you order 6 months in advance of medicines, it's $248. If you order 9 months, it's $240, and if you order annually, it's $235. So that's pretty cheap, girl. But I hear what you're saying. She also says you pay upfront. For bulk pricing meds, they're sent every 3 months, you guys. 3, 6, 9, or 12 months worth of meds can be sent, and you can pay using Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, or you can put it on your FSA card. I ordered 6 months worth of meds for my husband and my daughter because they do injections every other week, which would last them for a year. And I am very appreciative that Amble sends out 3 months at a time. That way it gives our expiration dates a little time in between. Charlotte says, I am with Amble. Can I suggest a new pharmacy? What you mean, friend? Amble was cheaper than my local compounded pharmacy. Yeah, Amble is definitely going to be cheaper than your local compounded pharmacies. For sure. For sure. Charlotte, what you mean, baby? Oh, are you saying you want to use a different pharmacy with Amble? So when it comes to Amble, you don't get to pick which pharmacy your meds come from. Your medicine is going to come from whoever is ready to ship out first. So it's done like that. So where I usually get my medicines from Revive, I've been getting my medicines from Greenwich as well. So I never know which one is going to get me my meds. Are they still using Revive, Jojo? Yes. For some patients, yes. Now I don't know how to determine who's going to be your priority, pharmacy, but yeah, we do still use Revive. But we have hired on a lot of new pharmacies that are really good. So our customer service is better. Our shipments are better. When we rolled out that bulk pricing with Amble, we took a customer service hit because you guys really was ordering a lot of medicine. And one of our pharmacies that we were using closed without notice. So it set us back, but we're on par now. We got our pharmacies back in order. We've hired some clinicians. We hired a lot of customer service reps. And the Amble partners have their own customer service representation now. So it's always best for you to sign up underneath an affiliate. It does not have to be Kima or I, whichever affiliate that you feel most supported by. Because when you do have customer service issues, your partner can use their resource to help you in the background. Oh, Perfection Prescription. Got you. So Charlotte, send me that information. Anybody else have any other questions about medicine? Financial resources. B says it's been great for me since I've never missed a dose with Amble. No issues with my tirzepatide over here. Friend, I haven't either. Nobody in my personal life. I don't know anyone in real life that has had, like in my real life that has had a problem with Amble. The only, customer complaints I really have seen is those that post on TikTok. The very few patients. We have hundreds of thousands of patients now, and like our complaints are very low, but they're loud. You know what I'm saying? Like people that complain, it really do be loud. It'd be more, it'd be more broadcast than people who are satisfied. Most people are satisfied. And I love that. I love that for us. Any other questions before we move on? Because now I want to move on to intimacy and relationships while on GLP-1 medications. And for the 124 people who are in the chat, Kima and I are talking about unspoken GLP-1 topics that we think about, but we don't talk about on our GLP-1 journey. Just shedding light on things that we experience behind closed doors, hoping to show you guys how normal some of these things are. Will you please send the message that I have? If you're talking to me, Smart Cookie, yes. If you send me a message, I can respond, baby. Oh, Lord, let me turn my heating pad off because I'm getting overheated now. Anybody else? Oh, yes, I'll check it. I'll check it, baby. So when it comes to intimacy and relationships, y'all, so there are some things that people experience with, intimacy when they take GLP-1 medications. So some people may have energy shifts. Some experience fatigue or low libido while on GLP-1 medications. You're changing body image because you rapidly losing weight. That can lead to like loose skin, confidence struggles, unexpected partner dynamics. I do my castor oil, friend, every time I get out the bathtub. Every day. I don't miss. Jealousy or misunderstanding. Partners and friends may minimize your efforts, saying it's just the shot. So has anybody experienced any intimacy or relationship changes since you've been on GLP-1s? And that can be with your partners, that can be with friendships, girlfriends, guy friends. Anybody have any issues with body changes, like loose skin, like the confidence that you have, or I know a lot of people deal with a jealousy a lot. People not wanting to give you your flowers for the work that you have done while you're on GLP-1 medications. So anybody want to talk about that? So a couple people says yes. Zanita says dryness. So let's talk about that. What are the benefits of castor oil? So castor oil helps your bowels move, friend. If you rub castor oil on your belly will, your colon, it'll absorb in the belly down to the colon, and it acts as a lubricant stool softener. So it puts an oily coating around your stool and is able to come out easy. Some people will drink castor oil. Some people will drink mineral oil, but you have to look at the, hold on, let me show you. For example, I got a little bottle right here, child, that I keep in what? My little meds bag. But this is the one that I rub on my belly when I get into bed. This one here. Organic golden castor oil. I just rub it on my belly, and then I put my heating pad on my stomach to make sure it gets absorbed down to my colon. And friend, I go to the bathroom every day, but I actively work on, my bowels. Kima, did you want to say something?
Yes, I was gonna say, friends, co-workers, have issues, with, people losing, LBs on GLP-1s. And somebody put in the chat jealousy. And I do feel like, that's definitely part of it. Them wanting to do the same thing, but don't really know how to ask. That part. Can't say that I've experienced that type of energy in my relationship at all. I can say that, but definitely with coworkers, friends, and some family members for sure. Definitely. Charlotte said, "Can you show that again?"
Oh, hold on, baby.
Hey, Stacy.
Organic golden castor oil is out the TikTok shop, boo. Y'all know I get everything for TikTok shop.
Okay.
Okay, so going to the chat. Thank you, Charlotte, for sending me that information, friend. Thank you so much. And we're gonna talk about dryness because that I don't know if I've ever heard that, or I don't know, Kima, have you
You know what? I had not heard of it until Amber started doing
the libido?
PT 141.
Ah.
Because some of the reasons as to what it would improve along with the intimacy was the dryness.
Oh, now I'm gonna be learning something tonight. I'm definitely gonna be learning something tonight. So I am Tiki says, yes, jealousy is a big one, especially from family who want to see you overweight. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, sis. Yes. And Stacy says pH changes. Okay, so let's tap into Chat GPT. If you guys are okay with me using Chat GPT while we research this. Are y'all okay with Chat GPT? Drop some yeses in the chat. Are y'all okay with me talking with Chat GPT so we can get some answers about pH changes and dryness, why that happens? Yes? Okay, very good. Okay. Why would a person who is taking GLP-1 medications experience pH changes and dryness when it comes to females? Why does that happen, and what can a person do to resolve that? I should have said vaginal dryness.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if it picks it up.
I'm sure chat gonna pick it up. Chastity.
It did. Look, it did. Okay, so for the 123 people who are in the chat, you guys, thank you guys so much for continuing to tap the screen as y'all listen in. We're up to 120.7K likes in the live. Y'all, thank y'all for continuing to engage with us. Thank you guys for spending this evening with us as we talk about unspoken topics while on GLP-1 medication, things that we deal with but we don't talk about. So Kim and I are wanting to talk about those things tonight to shed light on what is happening in your body and to show you that these things are absolutely normal. It doesn't have to be a taboo topic. We can talk about these things like adults and figure out how to help each other deal with certain things. So right now we're talking about intimacy and relationships. We're talking about how rapid weight loss can lead to loose skin, confidence struggle, unexpected partner dynamics, jealousy, misunderstanding, energy shifts like fatigue, low libido. And one of our friends in the chat talked about vaginal dryness. Another friend talked about pH imbalance. So we're gonna get into that education. Kim, is there anything that you want to say before I move on?
This gonna be good. I'm waiting for the people in the chat to drop their thoughts on some of these things because, honey, this is good.
Yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on it, drop it in the chat, y'all. And like I said, always pay attention to the chat because people be saying stuff in that chat and you can learn a lot from the chat. So make sure you are paying attention to the chat while we get into the education. So the resource that we're using is ChatGPT. I hope that we're all comfortable with ChatGPT. Y'all know a lot of times I like to use medical journals and stuff like that, but just because we are like spontaneous with the topics, we're going to use ChatGPT for reference. Okay. So, number one, the reason why we are experiencing, or some of us are experiencing, because I don't want to put that on you if you're not experiencing that, but I do want you to have the education and the result if it comes to that. Number one, as to the reason why you may have a pH or vaginal dryness change while you're on GLP-1 medication is because there may be some hormone shifts from rapid weight loss. Okay. Now, fat tissue is hormonally active. It produces estrogen. Okay. As your weight decreases, estrogen levels may fluctuate or drop, which can disrupt the vaginal microbiome and natural lubrication. Now, if you knew that, put yes in the chat. If you didn't, put no in the chat. Because I ain't know that. I ain't know that shit. Kima, did you know that?
I'm telling you, that came soon as Boss said, "Oh, we got this PT 141." I said, "Oh, okay."
I didn't know that, y'all. I did not know that. Let me see who's saying no and who's saying yes. Okay, so Mo Gotta Know says she knew it. Kendall says she didn't know it. Smart Cookie didn't know. Just Right didn't know. Chrissy didn't know. Mari didn't know. iRock did not know. Karen McLean, is it Macklin didn't know. Lady LH57 said no. I just thought it was postmenopausal. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, girl, it ain't even your postmenopausal stuff. Karen,
That ain't it.
oh my god. So, okay. So, and I'm gonna repeat that for those of y'all who didn't catch it. As your weight decreases quickly, your estrogen levels may fluctuate or drop, which can disrupt vaginal microbiome and natural lubrication. This shift can Who said about the menopause? Lady LH57. This shift can mimic perimenopausal type symptoms, which is dryness, burning, or higher risk of infections. I'll be damned. It's also why perimenopausal symptoms look similar when hard to lose weight. Friend, you better speak on it.
Okay.
Wow.
No, that's right.
For the 125 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, Charge Nurse Keisha or Ask Nurse Kima, make sure you click on both screens. Make sure you're following us both, you guys. Turn your notification bells on so you know when we are live. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Kima will be doing a post-operative live talking about things you need to know from the clinical side. Thank you guys again for getting us up to 123.7K likes. And as a reminder, if you guys are not with Amble and you want to start your GLP-1 journey, we both have Amble links in our bios. We both have Linktree links in our bios on our profile page if you want to get your journey started today. So Melissa says, I lost 80 pounds in 9 months. Melissa, okay, hold on. There's another response from her. She says, that's crazy because I was wondering how I could have all these perimenopausal symptoms overnight. Your whole time is your GLP.
It's been a GLP-1.
Whole time it's been your GLP-1 medicine.
Okay. The love of our life. Okay.
So that's number one. You could be experiencing hormonal changes. Number two, Your gut microbiome changes, you guys. GLP-1 slow gastric emptying and alter your gut bacteria. The gut and vaginal microbiomes are connected. How many times I told y'all, if you have a healthy gut, you have a healthy vagina. If your gut is unhealthy, your vagina is unhealthy. I've said this, so y'all got so much education on that. So much. Your gut health is a direct indication on how healthy your vaginal is. Okay. So it says again, the gut and the vaginal microbiomes are connected, you guys. And disturbances in your gut flora may cause pH imbalance in your vaginal environment, which is why your pre, pro, and postbiotic is so important while you're on GLP-1s because of that delayed gastric emptying. Hey, Nurse Melissa. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in, Nurse Melissa. Okay. So make sure
We
you're drinking
learn.
your water. Go ahead, sis.
I was saying this is a learning environment. We always learning something. Okay.
Mhm. So if you are a female and you are on GLP-1s, you definitely have to make sure that you are taking care of your gut actively. Like this is an active thing. You have to actively. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. I want to show y'all something. How I actively make sure my pocketbook is taken care of. Now, this is how I fix my medicines. I have a month, and this is the one that sits at my bedside. It's a month worth of medicines, right? So we're already through week 1. So when you open up this little box, these little things come out, right? So this is how I package my medicines. All right. Week by week, all month. Y'all see these little gummies in here? That's my pre, pro, and postbiotic. Okay, y'all see them little gummies? Along with my I call them psych meds.
Girl, please do not make me laugh too hard. The way I'm holding this pillow up against my stomach. Oh Jesus.
Oh Lord, I got my psych meds in here. Oh God. Y'all know y'all crazy. Y'all know y'all nurse. I work under the umbrella of emergency room medicine and outpatient medicine. Y'all know I'm on psych meds, right?
Baby. Jojo said, what brand is that?
Oh God. This is
Go is it
I want to say this is my goalie
go
ones.
okay.
But I think the goalie ones are green. So I don't know which bottle. Y'all know when I buy it and I put it in a month, they only send you a month's worth. So I throw the bottle away. So I just fixed these. I feel like these are my goalie. I feel like these are my goalie ones. But I don't remember y'all
Okay.
because I got so much pre and probiotic in here. I got some from Vita, the pineapple ones. You know the ones
Oh
that say
yeah.
they make pineapple. I got the pineapple
I
ones.
love them
I
too.
got Ruth. These may be the Mary Ruth ones. But anyway, yeah.
We
So
got
that's what I do. That's what I do. I fix all of my stuff for the month and to make sure I don't miss. You see?
I need to
So
do that.
I
Instead
got
of
my
having
little
these 50, 11 bottles up here.
yeah. I got my little Lexapro in there, honey, and my Trazodone to help me sleep. Okay, my psych meds and my probiotic. Okay, I don't miss. I don't miss. Yeah, the goalie gummy ones are great. So these gotta be the Mary Ruth ones. So you see, I fixed my shit for the month. I made sure this pocketbook get taken care of, honey. We ain't gonna have no problems around these parts. Okay? All right. So that's just a little suggestion, y'all. I got this off of oh, listen. TikTok shop. I got this on TikTok shop. And this was on my bedside table, but really what I do is I slip it under Oliver. So when I make sure I don't forget. Okay? That's the name of my little blanket. But that's just a little tea on how you can you don't miss. You put it in there, baby, so that you don't forget and you take it every single day. Okay. So again, we said the gut and the vaginal microbiomes are connected, and the gut disturbances in your gut flora may cause your pH imbalance and vaginal environment be disrupted. Another thing that could happen as to why you may experience pH imbalance or vaginal dryness while on GLP-1 medicines is dehydration and nutrient shifts. These meds often blunt your thirst. They're going to blunt your appetite, which lowers your fluid intake, which also lowers your blood volume. Y'all, that is so important. You got to remember that. Like, I want y'all to think of the whole picture. When you're not drinking enough, not only are you dehydrating yourself, but you're also lowering your blood volume. And you don't want that to happen. You want your blood volume to stay as expected because you'll start having all kind of issues. Dehydration can reduce natural vaginal lubrication. Okay, so if you dehydrated, take your probiotic and drink you some water. Protein and vitamin deficiencies from smaller food intake may also contribute. Okay, also medication side effects can cause this. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, commonly early on can cause electrolyte and hydration imbalances, indirectly affecting vaginal tissue health. Okay, so remember that. Okay. Lady LH57 says, I struggle with my water intake, didn't know it was the GLP-1. Okay, so for those of you who are struggling with fluid intake, I got another resolve. Hold on. Notice everything is at my bedside. Okay, so my bottle thing is about to die. You got to plug this up, y'all. This is a bottle that's in TikTok Shop that connects with an app that tells you how much you're drinking and it tells you what percentage you are complete for the day. So you would download the app onto your phone. You will put your water goal in, and every time you drink, you can set your app to tell you how many milliliters you drink or how many ounces you drink, and then on the face of your bottle it will show you the percentage where you are for today, and it will give you a notification when it's time to drink. So when you are drinking and it's time to drink, as you notice the bottle lit up, it will light up to remind you that it's time to drink. Okay, let me see if I can show y'all. There you go. Y'all see how it's lighting up? So it's lighting up because it's charging. But whenever it's time for you to drink, it's going to light up just like that. And you can turn your light to purple, green, orange, whatever color you want it to light up. But if you put your bottle in sight, once it light up, you know it's time to drink. It's telling you it's time to drink. And you can put a notification on your phone so your phone can ring you and tell you when it's time to drink as well. Okay? But that's just some quick little tips on how to get your water goals in for you. Oh Lord, my little bodysuit riding up, y'all. I had been fascinated.
Keish, I'm gonna hop down because you know my MED's kicking in.
Okay, baby. All right. Love you.
But it's been nice chatting with everybody, for sure.